Okay, guys, so it is Tuesday, May 12th, and we're getting ready to do our math boxes for today. Now, number one says use your pattern block template to draw a shape that has three sides. Just draw me one, okay? We never ended up using our pattern block templates, so just draw me a shape that has three sides here. I think you can figure out which one that is. Okay, now we're over here, and we are adding some tens, okay? And so we need to figure out kind of what numbers are missing. Okay, so here we have 217 plus something will give me 227. Okay, I'm gonna have you guys, so think about what place is changing from here to here, what place is changing, and what did it change by? So what would I be adding to make it get up to this? Here we have 10 plus 483. I think you guys can figure that one out on your own, okay? This one I want to do together because this one's a little bit tricky, okay? So our answer is 507. So to get that, we had to do 497 plus something, okay? Now, when I look at this, I notice that both my hundreds place and my tens place changed. So did I add 100 or did I add 10, okay? Well, if we look at this, if I added 100, okay, my hundreds place would change to a 5. So then I should see 597. Because again, remember when we add 100, our tens and our ones don't change. But I don't see 597, okay? So it couldn't be I couldn't be adding 100. Now, if I look in my tens place, I notice I have a 9 there. Well, if I add another one, then I can't have 10 tens in the tens place. Well, if I add another 10, I know that I have to trade those 10 tens in to move them over to my hundreds place. Okay, so that would make my hundreds place go up, and then I would have 0 tens left because I traded them all in for a new 100. So here we have 497 plus 10 more will then give me 507. Okay, that one was a tricky one. And now to get 409, I had to do 10 plus what? Okay, so I want you to think about it. What number would I have had to have that if I added 10, it would get me up to 409? Okay, well, think about it this way. What do I get if I take away 10, right? So I've got 9. Can I take away 10 from that? No. This is one of those super tricky ones, okay? I can't take 10 away. So before I added 10, could I have had 400? No, because I have 409. Well, if I take 10 away, let's take 9 away first. If I have 409 and I take 9 away, that leaves me with 400, right? But I still have one more. So if I took 9 away, that would give me 400, right? But I have to take 10 away. So I need to take away one more. Well, if I was at 400 and I take away 1, what is that going to give me? I'm going to be at 399, right? So think about that, guys. If I have 399 and I add 10, right? My ones place doesn't change and I still have a 9 there. But I then would have 10 tens, so I have to trade those 10 tens in to give me another 100, and that puts me up to 4, but then I would have 0 tens left, okay? These two were pretty tricky, so I wanted to do those together with you guys. Okay, write each number in expanded form. So remember, that means they want us, if it has hundreds, you need to write it as your hundreds plus your tens plus your ones, okay? So if there is not hundreds, you just do it as your tens plus your ones. So let's do one that's in the hundreds, okay, together. So 345, okay? Well, in my hundreds place, I have 3 hundreds, and so that's worth 300. In my tens place, I have 4 tens, so that's worth 40. And then in my ones place, I have 5 ones. Now, Be careful with those zeros. If there's a 0 there, you don't need to do that place value. You just need to do, so for this one, you would just do your hundreds plus your tens, okay? If you want to put plus 0 in the ones place, you can, but you don't have to. So give the rest of those a try, okay? What number do the base 10 blocks show? Okay, so count up this number, tell me what they have. Now, use base 10 shorthand to show the number another way. I want you to think about, are there any trades that you could make? And then what would those cubes look like once you make that trade? So give that one a try. Okay, and then you do not have to do that one there. Okay, if you want to, you can, but you do not have to do that. So I'm gonna have you go ahead, pause your video to do your work, and when we come back, we'll go over the answers. Okay guys, we're gonna go ahead and go over the answers. So a template to draw a shape with 3 sides. Really any sort of triangle would work here, okay? Over here, we had 217 and we had to figure out what did we need to add to get up to 227. Well, I look in my hundreds place, that has stayed the same. I look in my ones place, that has stayed the same. So the only place that has changed is my tens place, and I went from a 1 to a 2. So I know to go from 1 to a 2, I need to add 10, okay? Then here I had 10 plus 483, or I can think of it as 483 plus 10. Well, I know that my hundreds place will stay the same and my ones place will stay the same. So I just need to make my tens place go up by 1. And I did that. So now I have 493. And then we did these 2 super tricky ones together down here. Expanded form. So this number, I only have tens and ones. So I have 6 tens, which is 60, plus 9 ones. Here I've got 2 tens, which is 20, plus 4. Okay, we did this one together. Now down here, I had hundreds, tens, and ones. So I have 100, so that's worth 100, 8 tens, which is worth 80, and then I don't have to have anything there. If you want to put plus 0, you can, but most of the time you're not going to see it. They're just going to leave that one out, okay? What number did the base 10 blocks show? Well, when I counted them all up, I got 124, okay? Now, I noticed that there were a lot of ones, okay, or a lot of cubes. And I saw that I could take 10 of those and trade those in for another long. So when I drew them down here, I drew my flat for 100. I drew 2 longs for 10 and 20, and then I still had 4 ones left over. So I drew my 4 cubes down there, okay? And I could have just explained that in writing down here, but you don't have to do that. So here are the answers for math for Tuesday, May 12th. Awesome job.